Well guys, this is just a quick video. If you've got a Nemo Tensor, whether it's the new model or the old model with the pump sack, and you've decided to buy the Flextail gear tiny pump, you'll probably realise, like I did, that none of the connections actually fit this mat or the valve. And actually someone put a post on my Nemo Tensor Thermarest comparison video asking me how I managed to configure the pump to work with the mat. I've been basically wrapping a bit of electrical tape around it for about the last year and a half since I've had the thing. It's a great little pump. I love it to bits. It's got a light on it and all sorts. But because, I'll show you right now, see these connections here, because they're tapered, when you wrap your electrical tape around, it eventually moves its way along the taper, and that's exactly what was just happening with it before. I've kind of said to myself for a long time now I was going to try and do something with this pump because I just get pissed off with it. I mean, the bloody design of it is just, it's so good in many respects. So you've got your little light on the bottom there, which is fantastic to have, like a two-in-one piece of gear for your tent. But here, man, look at the design of that. I mean, the problem I've had for the last 2 years is, right, these adapters that go on there, look, how much spigot do you think you can actually get on that adapter? It's hard to do it with one hand, but the long and short of the matter is, it's only got about 3mm of spigot that will actually go inside the adapter. But when you look at the adapter, look, that's got maybe 5mm inside there, but there's only like 2 or 3mm of that spigot actually goes in there. So all the time, the bloody pump just keeps falling apart when you're blowing the mat up. So I've decided today just to do something with it, and I've actually got it cracked just using a few household items and a little bit of modification. So I'll show you what I've done. There was this bit here was like it was like one of them pointy things that you blow standard airbed up with, like what you use for the beach for the kids. That had one of these flanges on it as well, which again, that was a waste of time because it only went on there 2mm. So I just took a Dremel and I've cut the flange off. So I'm actually left now with enough receptacle that can actually go all the way onto that spigot, because it hasn't got that complete round flange. It hits there in the corner, you see. So that actually pushes right on there now. I'll see if I can do it with one hand. It's a little bit difficult. There we go, it's going. Right, so you'll see there now, that is fully onto that spigot there now. And it's quite secure actually. And the next bloody thing you've got to contend with is this. With this, just show you, the valve on the Tensor, it's not tapered, it's straight, and it's got a little ridge around it where the OEM inflation sac actually connects onto, so that doesn't fall out. But this tiny pump, it's tapered. It hasn't got a ridge around it to actually lock in there. So I've been looking around for hours to try and find something just to make that, one, straight, and two, so it's not tapered. And eventually I've just found in the garage, I just had a hypodermic syringe and I tried it in there, and it just fit absolutely sweet as a daisy. So basically I then had to get my little bit of hypodermic syringe cut and onto there, but that wasn't easy because I had to expand it. I tried putting it in hot water, I couldn't get that onto the syringe doing it that way. So in the end I've just got the syringe, put it over the gas cooker, heated it up until a point it was a bit flexible, pliable, and then forced it onto onto there. I did it over a couple of tries because actually I completely fried the end of the syringe first couple of goes. So I had it was about that long, so I had enough to do like a few tries on it. But I'll just see if I can deflate this, just some of it there, and I'll show you now how it just fits straight in there now. So that's a bit of air out of the mat now. So watch the whole thing. You just get your end there now. Plug it in. It's not going to fall out. And switch it on. Hang on a second. I'm on the light. Hold it. Oh no, you don't hold it. What do you do? Oh Jesus Christ! I'm back to the light, man. What do you do? I forgot how to work the pump now. I've never had this problem before. There we are. You just press it. It's away. So, obviously it depends which way you have that round. You could have it sitting like that, for example. And look, up it goes. It's getting the right direction on there now. And that'll be it. Up the mat goes, and it won't fall out like it used to before. There we go. Fine and dandy. Mat's lovely. The only thing I will say is, before, when the mat got full or inflated, whatever terminology you want to use, the pump used to fall apart and then fall onto the floor or in the woods or wherever the hell you were with it at the time. That's not going to happen now, of course, because it's all secure. But I think it just reaches a point where it's not powerful enough to put any more air in the mat anyway. So it's not getting any harder there. So that's one thing you would just have to watch. But there we go. That's a little modification on the soft tail pump there that's going to save me a lot of grief. And I'll be able to just put it on, blow the mat up, make myself a cup of tea, whatever, and not worry about the pump falling off all the time. Hope the video's been helpful. And if you've got the Nemo Tensor, they're a fantastic mat. And if you've got that pump, hopefully you can find yourself some household bits and bobs and do a modification. Take care, guys.